Welcome to the Sisters Like Us podcast. I'm Laken.
And I'm Allie, and we're here to share our perspectives as sisters from two different generations.
So grab a glass of wine
or a bottle,
and let's dive in.
Hello, cheers!
We can finally drink!
We are finally able to record an episode where we both have a glass of wine. If you're watching here on YouTube, we have a pink glasses of wine that I found at TJ Maxx or Home Goods or one of those types of places.
And they literally match our chairs perfectly.
They're so perfect.
If you haven't watched, you should, because our chairs are so cute.
We're excited to be back recording a little bit closer to actual release dates. If you listened to or watched our previous 9 episodes, they were done months before we released them in anticipation of my little one coming, who then came into the world 3 weeks early. She threw us for a loop, but baby Lila is here, and everybody is just absolutely
she's
like with her.
Actually the cutest baby ever. So
we may be a little biased.
Okay, but come on.
Trying to figure out how I take a sip of wine and continue to talk. I guess I take my sip when you're talking.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So we thought for episode 10, and to get us just kind of back into the groove of recording, we would just do a Q&A. So I posted a Q&A box on our Instagram stories, and we have a bunch of totally miscellaneous questions. I almost went through them and kind of sorted them into categories and decided, no, we're just going to do them in the order that they came.
Yeah.
And then depending on how this episode goes, if y'all like it, we can do more of these kind of Q&A type style type, I don't know what I'm trying to say there, episodes in the future.
And even if you guys want us to have family members on and talking about different questions about our family and stuff like that.
We did do the episode with our mom, which it shouldn't surprise anybody if you listen to the intro episode where we talk about ourselves, that we are both very close with our mom.
Mm-hmm.
But we do want to, if we can get them anyways, get some of our other family members on. Our future sister-in-law would be awesome. If any of our brothers want to join, that would be great, but I would be a little shocked.
Yeah.
Our stepdad's been dying to come on as a guest, but I'm really not sure what we would talk about.
I'm a little bit scared to have him come on. I don't know what would happen.
It would either be just a bunch of dad jokes. He is the king of puns.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, him singing Beatles songs. I'm not really sure what it would be.
Well, and our mom will probably be on more than once, so you will see her again, for sure.
Yeah, if there's anything that came out of that conversation with her that you would like us to talk about more, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into the questions. So the first one is, what is the best part about being a new mom / new aunt?
Oh.
Okay, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard. It's really hard. I have always known that I wanted to be a mom. I have known my whole life that I wanted to be a mom, especially after you were born and I had this live baby doll to play with. I was I want one. But it is so hard to explain how awesome it actually is and how much I actually love her. I don't know if I can pick a single best part, because it's just the best. It literally is the best. And it motivates me more than I can ever explain or could have ever imagined. There are things that I used to struggle to do, and don't get me wrong, I still struggle to do things. I still am not the best at getting my workout in or washing my face at night, but for whatever reason, having her motivates me to do those things, those little things, so much more. And I love her so much, and she's so cute.
I already said it, I'm gonna say it again. She's just so cute. Honestly, I feel through the entire pregnancy, it never hit me. And I said that multiple times. I was it hasn't hit me that you're actually having a baby. You know what I mean? And I was one of the first people to see her. I was at the hospital. I was let me know the minute I can come up there. I'm talking to the front desk. I'm no, I need a pass. I need to go.
We actually got in trouble.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Because we had too many people in the room, and it was just, listen,
yeah, so it was just
not everybody has just 2 parents.
Yeah, to recap a little bit, like I said, she came 3 weeks earlier than planned, and I'm not quite sure yet how much of this whole story I'm planning to share, given that I haven't felt comfortable yet. My guess is the answer is no, but I was induced, and so we knew the day she was actually coming, and so everybody was on pins and needles, waiting to come to the hospital. My dad happened to be in town. He had made plans to come for Labor Day weekend, not planning to be able to see her. He wasn't expecting her to be born that weekend. And so the night after, she was born at 4 p.m. and you have a couple of hours in the labor and delivery room, and then they ultimately move you to the room that you're going to spend the next couple of nights in. And so everybody was like, okay, once you're in that room, let me know when I can come visit. And so it was my mom was already there because she was there for the delivery. But at that point, she now counted as a guest. And so other than my husband, I could only have 2 other guests. But my mom counted as one. My stepdad wanted to come. My dad wanted to come. And then Allie wanted to come.
Yeah. So it was just me, Laken's dad, and then our stepdad just sitting in the lobby waiting. I was just like on my phone. I'm like, okay,
Can we go yet?
Anyways, but yeah, when I also just like don't know. I've never held a newborn. Okay. I don't think.
What do you think is the youngest baby you ever held before Lila?
I think when I used to nanny, like she was like 7 months.
Okay. Wow.
So like it was just like a new experience for me. And like when you were getting emotional and like everyone was getting emotional, it hit me and I was like, oh my gosh, like our lives are forever changed. And I'll think about that too, about how like, wait, like she's just like here now. Like she's just gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. And like, she's just gonna be my best friend.
She's not going anywhere yet.
And like she is already so spoiled.
Yeah.
I just like, I see something and I'm like, she doesn't know what she likes yet. And I'm like, she's gonna love that. I'm gonna get it. Anyways, it's been amazing. I spend a lot of days working from home here and just, I love her. She's amazing. And she's just the sweetest little squish.
She is. And she is, as the first grandchild, she is the most spoiled. And it is.
And she has a lot of nicknames already, which are fun. And songs.
Yeah, lots of songs.
Curated around Lila.
I pretty much never call her Lila to her face. Like, I call her Lila when I'm talking about her to other people, but to her face, I have 1,000,001 nicknames instead.
Oh my gosh. And like, when I'm anywhere, at the bar with my friends, at work, wherever I am, I'm like, someone's like, oh, what's new? And I'm like, oh, I'm an aunt, and here's every picture I've ever taken of her. And everyone's like, okay, yeah. Like, I'm like on picture like 50 and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
I feel like if those people also have never been around a newborn or had somebody really close to them had a baby, they probably don't know what that's like to be that obsessed and excited about a new baby.
And we're still learning what that's like. I just like I didn't know what it was going to be like at all. And I'm just, and it's amazing. I don't know what I would do if you didn't live here. Like,
And I had her living somewhere else. Yeah. Can you imagine?
I'd be like, I would be spending a lot of money traveling to others where you live.
Okay, the next question, moving into something a little bit more timely. What is on your Christmas list?
Oh my gosh! I just showed Laken my Christmas list. I make a PowerPoint with links because...
a PowerPoint.
Which is, I guess, like, it might be a generation thing, actually.
Because, really? Do your friends make PowerPoints for their parents?
Well, no.
Okay. Probably not. I think it's a you thing.
I think it is a me thing. But, oh my gosh, it's so great because I have pictures, and then when you click on the picture, it, like, goes straight to the link. I have the size of whatever,
Right. She had her name on the customization of something in case her parents... She's just sending this to her parents, by the way.
Yeah.
There's not, like, other people that get this list. At least not that I'm aware of.
No.
No, it doesn't go anywhere else.
No. But what's on it, I'm trying to think of, like, what this year... I always want shoes. I have, like, a shoe addiction. And right now I'm really liking the, like, Sambas.
I don't know what that is.
Adidas Sambas.
I'm not a shoe person, so I don't know what that means.
They're just like little sneakers.
Okay. So that's on your list?
Yeah, that's on my list.
Anything else fun you want to share? Or just general themes of things that are on this PowerPoint?
I mean, I have like my stocking stuffer page with like little things from like Amazon and like little
which is real cute given the fact that our mom stopped doing stockings a couple of years ago.
But like, I they could still be a gift. Like,
sure. Little less expensive things. Yeah.
And then I have like, the want/needs, like, I really need a new curling iron. So that's on there. And like, those kinds of things. And then I have my splurge items.
Which you probably will not get.
Which I won't, yeah. But, we just like to throw them in there in case, I get surprised.
Okay.
And then gift cards. And then that's it.
And then that's it. So while my sister has a full-blown PowerPoint of her Christmas gift list, I have nothing on my list. Like, I need suggestions. I need ideas. My struggle is probably slightly generational difference or really just age difference between 23 and 32. Mm-hmm. When there's something I want, I buy it.
Well, no, see, that's the problem is I do that as well.
Oh. Okay.
Mom was telling me, she's like, okay, if you think of something that you want to go buy, don't go buy it.
Right. Put it
on
your
your Christmas list. Because, like, my thing is just, like, I'll be just, like, sitting in my bed and be like, oh, I really want that. I'll get in my car and I'll go get it.
Okay. But yet you still came up with all these things for a Christmas list.
Yeah, because I can never get enough things.
Okay. So I'm still struggling to work on mine. I don't have anything yet.
Let us know what you guys are asking for, though.
Yes. Let us know either in the comments on YouTube or on Instagram, the post that goes with this episode. What is on your wish list? If it's Christmas that you celebrate or just gift ideas. I am always looking for good ideas. I know what I really probably, I hate the word should, but I should ask for is clothes, because I am in this really weird in-between land where, like, right now I have on a maternity dress, which fits just fine because it's, like, it was made for maternity, although the problem is that it's a little bit, like, form-fitting, because when I had a belly, I didn't care. I liked form-fitting and showing off my belly, and now I'm like, oh, I wish this dress was a little bit looser.
Yeah.
So, and then at the same time, with the exception of, like, this and one other thing, most of my maternity stuff is very summery. And it's November. And so, but I don't fit into my old clothes yet. So that's probably what I should get.
I, like, struggle with clothes, though, because, like, I just, same thing with, like, online shopping. Like, I just need to try things on.
I don't disagree. I think we talked about doing an episode on fashion. I think that needs to be on the list. Because,
okay, so we'll table this.
Yeah, I think we'll table the clothes conversation until we get there. Okay, next question. Any upcoming travel plans?
I'm going to Mexico next week. I don't know when this episode will technically come out.
You will have already gone to Mexico.
I will obviously have already gone, which I'm really excited about. My cousin's getting married, so it would be my cousin on my dad's side with his new marriage.
What city are you going to again?
I'm going to Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, okay. I think I've been there, to be honest. I can't remember which cities in Mexico I've been to, because I have gone a couple of times with Cutco Knives. If you didn't listen to episode 1 where I talked about, I think that was episode 1 that I talked about how I worked for Cutco. We went on these trips to Mexico, but we stayed at the all-inclusive resorts. And if you don't leave the resort, there's no way of knowing which city you're in.
Yeah. We're definitely staying in a resort. I feel like what I'm most excited about is just, like, the relaxation part of it. Because, like, I like the fall and winter. I mean, like, I want to go be in, like, a warm place.
Yeah, don't you want the weather to be nice so you can go to the beach and the pool?
But, like, sand, heat, it's just, like, not my favorite thing.
It's also not Parker's favorite thing, so that's going to be funny.
And the sun in Mexico, we are going to both come back as, like, freaking tomatoes.
You need to pack so much sunscreen.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get a fake tan. So, like, hopefully, and I'm going to get the one with SPF in it.
That's a thing?
I think so. I think that's a thing.
I haven't gotten it. The only time I've ever gotten a fake tan was for my wedding.
I am a huge fake tan stan, but we can talk about that when we talk about beauty.
Yeah, that can go under beauty. I feel like beauty and fashion may have to be two separate episodes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you're going to take time off and relax. Do you actually think you're going to do that and not work at all while you're there?
Yeah. Like I said in, like, one of the first episodes, I'm a wedding planner, so it's been a really busy season. So I'm really excited to just, like, go on D&D.
Okay.
And I'm going to really try.
It's just going to be really impressive if you're able to turn off all the things.
Well, and so we have, like, 2 planners on each couple. So the other planners should be doing most of the, like, responding and, like, those kinds of things when I'm not there.
Okay.
So, like, I shouldn't come back to too much work.
That's good.
Notifications? Yeah. But, like, work? I don't know.
That's nice, because sometimes that is a big issue when you go out of town and then you come back and you have all this catching up to do. Well, it's either that or you have to do extra work the week leading up and then you're extra stressed trying to get on the vacation.
Right.
I obviously don't really have any upcoming travel plans. We do have a wedding in December that I have decided I am not going to. Well, I decided that, I don't know, maybe a month ago when we had to submit the RSVP. So Sam is going by himself in December. It's a friend of his in Houston, and I felt like I wasn't ready. And then we have a wedding in January in Dallas that we are going to go to. So that's the next trip on my radar, but we're only going for one night. And I already miss her and I'm already stressed. I'm not about her being okay. Mom has got her. I'm not concerned about her at all. I'm concerned about me being able to be away from her.
Yeah.
That's the next trip on my list. And then after that, I don't know. We don't really have anything fun planned.
I'm going to New Buffalo, Michigan.
Okay.
The first weekend in January, one of my friends' birthdays.
That sounds cold.
Yeah, well, we're just renting out like a cabin type situation and just
Instead of getting drunk here in Chicago, you're going to go get drunk at a cabin in Michigan.
Yeah, just like 8 girls and like a little cabin, slumber party, like fun, like, you know.
Remember the episode where we talked about how extra Gen Z is about their birthdays? Okay, next question. Favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Oh, Mom doesn't even make this, and my favorite Thanksgiving dish is corn casserole.
You should ask her, because she makes green bean casserole, like, basically just for me.
I don't hate green bean casserole. You know, I put it a little bit on my plate to put a little bit on my plate, you know?
Well, that's a waste.
I mean, I eat it.
But you don't actually like it.
Yeah. No, corn casserole. She used to make it.
No. I haven't spent Thanksgiving with Mom in years, because when I moved to New York, I made the decision / conversations with my parents that I would spend Thanksgiving with my dad and stepmom, and then Christmas with my mom and stepdad. So I haven't spent Thanksgiving with Mom in a very long time, and this is going to be the first year in a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't actually
like Thanksgiving.
know. I'm indifferent. I like the meal, but I also feel like it's a lot of work and hype for like one day and one meal.
Oh, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Thanksgiving is a day and Christmas is a season.
Okay, so I'm jumping ahead in questions that somebody else asked. Christmas decor before or after Thanksgiving?
Before.
Right.
Like November 1st hits. It is finally holiday season. I don't want to say Christmas season because some people don't celebrate Christmas. But holiday season begins. So like joy, caroling, lights, wreaths. All of the things, okay? And then Thanksgiving, you know, you can still have your pumpkins out. Get rid of your Halloween decor. Like, come on. And, you know, your pumpkins and your harvest things, you know, still until November 23rd or whenever Thanksgiving falls on. And then after November 23rd, I do not want to see a pumpkin. That is how I feel.
Okay.
I am very, yeah.
You have very strong opinions on this.
I just love this time of year so much.
I do too. And I agree with you, everything you said. November 1st, you do you. If you want to start decorating, start decorating. And it's the holiday season. And then we will take a break from the holiday season. Although, in my opinion, Thanksgiving is just part of it. Like the parade
That's
has
how
Santa
I
in
feel.
it. Like,
That's how I feel.
So,
especially when you get like a Thanksgiving snow. You know?
Well, I hope that doesn't happen this year because our family is bound and determined to play football. You're not watching, you can't see Allie just rolls her eyes.
It's just like, this is what happens when like your family is the majority of boys.
Yes.
And love to compete with each other.
So the other part of this, have they done this in years past?
Yes, they've done this the past couple of years.
Okay, so again, like I said, I haven't been here, so I haven't been around or known. But my dad and stepmom and my 3 brothers on that side of my family are coming up here for Thanksgiving this year. So they're getting roped in.
It's going to be a party this year.
Like our stepdad bought flag football stuff from Amazon so they can be real serious. Like
I cannot. I'm going to stay in the apartment with Lila.
No, if the weather's appropriate, we're gonna go cheer them on.
Are we?
Yeah, she'll make such a cute little cheerleader.
I'll be the ref.
I'm not sure they want that.
No, they definitely don't, which is why I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Anyways.
Are you currently reading anything good?
So this is a great topic.
Oh, maybe this could be its own.
This could be its own. We could talk about books. But I do want to mention, like, I am in a reading rut right now.
Yeah.
I have been reading the same book for so long that I think that if I had opened it right now, I would have to start it over to remember what happened. It's called Beach Read by Emily Henry.
Oh, I just put that on hold at the library because I
have it
finished. So. Oh, okay. I just finished Book Lovers by her, and I loved it.
Okay, so maybe we switch.
Well, I got it from the library. I got it back. So
yeah. I did hear today, though, when talking to a couple of people, that it is, like, she's a little bit slow.
Yes, I felt that way about Book Lovers, too. It took me a bit to get into it, and then once I was into it, I couldn't put it down.
But, I am past the halfway point.
Oh, well, then, yeah, you should for sure
be into
it at this point. Yeah, you should be into it.
And I remember who told me, someone was like, Beach Read will get you out of your reading rut. And I'm like, it's not. But then I, again, have this shopping addiction, this purchasing thing addiction where I just buy TBRs,
Yes, you got lots of books. So just switch. Pick a different one. Just switch books.
I know, but I just I'm watching so many shows right now too that I'm just like, I would rather watch the show than read the book. So no, I'm not reading anything right now. To answer the question.
That's not okay. I typically have a fiction and a nonfiction going at the same time. Right now, I am listening to my nonfiction, which is All It Takes Is a Goal from John Acuff, which is very good so far. I'm about halfway, so I can't fully recommend it yet, but so far so good. And then the fiction I'm reading is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. It got so many recommendations. Last year when I asked people for like the best fiction they read, so many people said this book. So I finally got it from the library. I finally started reading it. I am not super into it as of the recording of this episode. It is historical fiction, and that's not usually my vibe. Like, I don't like, it's set in like the 20s and 30s, and that's just not my thing typically. I'm not giving up on it quite yet, but that's where I'm at. But I think this question made me realize we should just do a whole episode on books and reading.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you thought about any goals for 2024?
This is going to be, you goal set, basically, for a living.
Yes. Or help people set and achieve goals, yes.
Which is why I should use her, because I struggle with setting goals for myself most of the time. I just don't know. I never know what to.
Yeah, I need to help her with this, clearly.
Yeah. And when I do think of things, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a goal, this is a New Year's resolution, whatever.
No, don't call them that. That is one of my biggest things that I tell people is to not call it a New Year's resolution, because then you only think of it as I can only start on the new year. And you could have goals that you don't start until halfway through next year, and it's still a 2024 goal. It's not. You really don't want to start them all in January, because if you do that, then you will not follow through on them.
Okay.
So we'll talk and we'll get this all sorted out. If you follow me on any of the platforms, I have already started brainstorming for 2024. I'll pop up a picture of the thing I posted on Instagram. It actually has even more now. Brainstorm things. At this point, when we're recording in November, for sure, I've been brainstorming since August, because I knew that my life was going to be so up in the air that I was I can't add any more goals right now, so I'm gonna just put it all on my 2024 list. Now that it's November, I for sure have seriously started brainstorming, and then I just need to take some time to kind of narrow it down. All right, getting a little bit more serious. Why did you want to start a podcast?
I feel like this is what even sparked this conversation.
I don't know. I when I saw this question, because I did read through the questions before we started this episode, I could not remember. I don't know.
I want to say I said something.
Probably.
Because I'm not an avid podcast listener, but I listen to The Toast, and I feel like that's pretty common. I think we've talked about this. Yeah. I don't think you've listened to it, but me and my roommate listen to The Toast all the time. I just feel like podcasts are one of those things that you can just search up on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, and something will come up with whatever you're going through, or a breakup podcast, or a goal setting whatever. And I think I was just because I don't think we thought about what we wanted the topic necessarily to be, or the overall generational thing, but I think I might have just been I think this would be really cool.
Yeah.
But obviously we had to wait until we both lived here. But
easier.
We were we always have these conversations where we talk about whatever. So, might as well
put it on the internet.
Yeah, and I think we did a Q&A 2 years ago or something that I was on your live, and people were really into it. Learning about us, and how we could talk about too about planning and stuff, how I used to plan with you.
Yeah.
Plan with Laken. I used to plan with Laken, if you will.
Yeah, that I forgot about that. That was during COVID.
Maybe actually. That's what sparked the conversation, because I think we did that and we were this was
cool. We could do
and then we made that TikTok.
Yes.
And then yeah. So my TikTok stuff.
It's on my Instagram too. It was a trend at the time where you go, there's 2 answers and you go the way of your answer.
We should talk about that. We should pull up that TikTok and see which way we go and talk about it now and how things have changed since then.
Or how they haven't, probably.
Well,
We'll see.
Anyways.
So I don't know that we have a really good concrete answer to that question, other than just it was an idea and we were excited. I also really love to listen to podcasts, and also had toyed around with the idea at some point of doing one just for my business, but it felt like redundant to having a YouTube channel. It felt like I didn't need a podcast and a YouTube channel. So I think when you said it, I was probably like, oh, that's so fun. Then I can have a podcast.
It hasn't even been that hard. Like, I feel
Careful.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to edit anything. So respect to Laken, because I would never be able to do any of this stuff.
All the technology hookups.
Yeah.
Which I'm still learning, because it is different.
Interesting, right? Because Gen Z tends to be more technological, if you will.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that kind of stuff. But, like, all the graphics and, like, that kind of stuff, I love doing that. So,
yeah. I think it has been a good balance, though, of us with our different strengths. Mm-hmm. And then the actual recording being both of us with our strengths of talking.
Yes, that is what I said. I was like, like, we balance it really well because, like, I do all the social media content creation type things, and then, like, you do all of the, techie
editing,
stuff.
Techie.
Okay. Now I am shortening and combining words.
If you didn't listen to the episode about slang, we talked about how Gen Z likes
that
to
was such a funny episode, so go listen to it.
We got so many people that just randomly texted us the poop emoji, so.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Take with that what you will.
Next question. Would you ever want to live anywhere else?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, as somebody who literally just moved to Chicago, so within the confines of reality, which is the cost of living and location of family, no. Like, I don't want to live anywhere else. But as much as I love a good cozy fall winter, I would rather live somewhere warm, frankly.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would rather have, not like all warm all the time, and definitely not the 100-degree summers that the South is currently experiencing, but something warmer than here.
Yeah, like you said, like if family, money, like all of those things weren't an option, I could see myself in, like, I've said, like, South Carolina before. Like, I love South Carolina. I've been there, like, once, but, like, love it there. I could not be somewhere, which I guess is kind of redundant. I could not be somewhere that's, like, just warm. And, like, the coldest
South Carolina's pretty warm.
That's why I said that's kind of redundant. But, like, Texas, for example, like, it gets coldish.
It depends. Texas is a range depending on what part of Texas that you live in.
I went to California for the first time in July, and I would love to, like, live there just for, like, a year or, like, 2 years. Like, I loved it there. Like, it was just so beautiful, but I would also just like to explore more of it.
Yeah. It's funny you say that, because I do think whenever somebody asks me what one of my favorite cities is, or my favorite city in this country, it's Napa, which is Northern California, and you were in Southern California, but I love Napa. And if money was no object and I could take our whole family with us, I probably would live in Napa.
Interesting. I love Chicago, so it's, like, hard for me.
Yeah.
And, like, but see, like, the thing is, like, I don't really see myself in the Chicago suburbs. Like, I would rather not be in the Chicago suburbs.
You don't have to go to the suburbs. We just met families last night at this thing, and Sam literally very bluntly asked them that question, if they were planning to, their kids were 3, 5, and 7. And Sam flat out was like, are you going to stay in the city, or are you going to move to the suburbs? And they were like, no, we're staying in the city.
Yeah, I guess, if I wanted at some point to not be in a city, I don't think I would go to the Chicago suburbs. I think I would go elsewhere.
Fair.
I guess that's what I mean. But, yeah.
Fun question. All right, last one. What is your dream vacation?
I would love to go to Greece.
Oh my gosh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's, like, my dream vacation. I was going to go, like, last year at some point, and it didn't work out, but I really, really, like, need to go there. Like, it is a necessity.
Maybe we should just go.
Can you imagine? Like,
I have an episode there.
I would die. Like, for example, my dad and I have talked a little bit about, like, going to Italy next year, because we've never really taken a trip together.
Right. He takes trips with Parker all the time.
Yeah, and he and Parker did a Europe trip. Like, they went to Ireland, they did all these things. For a while, we were like, oh, let's, like, go to Seattle and drive up to, like, Vancouver. And I'm like, that's super cool.
A great trip. We did that, and I highly recommend. Loved Seattle, loved Vancouver.
Yeah, and I still would love to do that at one point. But, we're, like, talking, and, like, one of the things is, like, I want to get married in Italy. That's, like, my dream wedding location. Listen, hey, I will tell all of you, like, Laken's laughing, but it is way cheaper to get married in Italy. You'll have less people there, but it's way cheaper to get married in Italy than it is. You got married in Texas, so it's different. But you can't get married here under, like, I'm saying.
I believe what you're saying. I am just laughing because there are so many factors to where you're going to get married and
True. Let's table that.
So just
let's table that.
Yeah.
I don't even, we're not thinking about marriage yet. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Yes, Greece.
Yeah, Greece is high up on my list.
I mean,
too.
I would love to go.
I almost talked Sam into Greece for our honeymoon, and ultimately we went to Thailand, which was amazing, but I almost talked him into Greece.
I feel like we're way long overdue for a girls' trip.
Like you, me, and Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's a big trip. I'm not saying we need to go next year. I'm just saying, like, I mean, okay, New York. But that's different because then we're going to visit. Like, it's not like it's not like a trip.
Well, I was trying to think. That was our last quote unquote girls trip was when you two came to New York. That was December of 21.
Anyways, we can table that as well.
It also might be tough for me. For Mom, maybe not as much because they've been to Greece. But I would feel really bad going there without Sam because I don't think he's been either. So maybe it's more we propose as like a whole family affair. Allie has this look on her face like she does not want to do that.
No, it's not even that. It's
Mamma Mia style. Like we all just one big happy family in Greece and we get this like large Airbnb. No? Okay.
I mean, listen, if I'm going to Greece, I don't care. As long as I can get my Instagram photo and my
with the white buildings and the blue ocean.
Guys, I would die.
It's not the ocean, Laken, but geography is not my strong suit, but I do know it's not the ocean.
It's none of our strong suits. Moving on.
But that's high up on my list too. I'm trying to think if there's anything else dream vacation wise on my list.
I've never been I've been international on a cruise. Other than that, I have not gone across the waters.
Well, you've been to Mexico.
I know. I'm on a cruise.
Oh, I thought you had been, not including the trip you're about to go on. I thought you had been once before. Oh. Okay.
No. So, I've been on a cruise. I've gone to the Caribbean, done Turks and Caicos, I've actually been to, fun fact, I've been to Jamaica and Haiti, which is really cool. I like saying that. I've been there. Cool. Again, kind of like you said with Mexico, Haiti, it was the Royal Caribbean Resort. And then...
Well, even Turks and Caicos is like that. So, when we went to Turks and Caicos for our baby moon, the actual island of Turks and Caicos is different than the little tiny island that the cruise ship takes you to.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
It's not the same place.
Yes, it is crazy. Which is why I'm
the cruise ships, it doesn't feel like you're actually experiencing it.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say, when we went to Jamaica, it did feel like we were experiencing Jamaica because they didn't have a separate little resort thing. Okay. But anyways, there's so many,
you've never been to a lot of international places.
Right, and Europe. There's just so many places that I want to go. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to London. I'd love to go to Ireland at some point.
Yeah. I will say Europe, I've been to a lot of really cool places. I've been to Thailand, India, China. Sam and my husband, have taken some really cool trips to Asia. I have not done much of Europe either. I've done England and Ireland, and that's as far into Europe as I've gotten. My big wish list for Europe, besides Greece, is all of the wine. So I'd like to go to Italy and drink all the wine. I'd like to go to France and drink all of the wine.
I feel like we could talk about travel for a whole
episode. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Okay, that was the last question, which is fun to wrap up on. We learned from some feedback, thank you for your feedback, that outros were not our strong suit in the first batch of recording.
We were learning, friends.
We were definitely learning, and we still are. So want to make sure, if you're watching here on YouTube, please give it a like and subscribe. If you are listening on Apple or Spotify, please rate and review. Those 5-star reviews really help us. We would really appreciate that.
And thank you so much again to the person that did give us a review.
Our first review was so sweet, and it was just a great summary of what our podcast is all about.
Yeah, it was really great to see. And we just appreciate all the support from family and friends. This has been so fun for us. So
thank you for listening. That's a wrap on episode 10, and we will see you next week.